Got a question from you about nurses and H1Bs. Check out this video. So the Biden administration has a very big immigration plan that they submitted, and parts of that plan are very, very important. But right now, we're waiting on legal changes for the Biden immigration plan to come through. Parts of that plan do address the H1B visa, including increasing numbers as well as some other plans for the H1Bs. But what we should really do is look backwards at the H1Bs really quickly, because there's some things here that need to be very clear as this Biden administration begins to address the H1B program. And the first thing that I think I want to say is, number one, we have seen the end of the regulations that were proposed by Trump to come into effect. So right now, the most important thing that you should note about the Biden administration is that the new rules that were proposed for the H1B lottery, for salaries and wages, have all been wiped off the table and are no longer in effect. What that means is we have the H1B lottery coming up in March, and it will be a lottery the way we knew it last year, and it will be based upon master's degree and bachelor's degree as they are given out. Some facts that I think are very important when looking at H1Bs is looking at some of the basic precepts or concepts in the H1B. Number one is the median wage. Now, the median annual compensation for approved H1Bs in FY 2020 was $101,000. This is actually a very big deal because a lot of people talk about the H1B program as a program where individuals are underpaid or are cutting wages in the US job market. The simple fact is there are actually a ton of academic and governmental studies that show that H1B visa holders are paid the same or more than their counterpart, meaning US employees in the United States. Keep in mind that US law requires employers to pay a set wage. Now, that wage is set based upon the industry and the county, and it's from the Department of Labor. Doing H1Bs over 20 years, I can tell you that those wages are competitive and generally hit the numbers that you see in private industry. Another thing to keep in mind is on top of wages, U.S. employers are required to pay the legal fees and other fees associated with an H1B. These fees can be anywhere from $5,000 to, if you're doing a green card, up to $30,000. Green card fees range $10,000, $15,000, and that does not even include some of the fees paid to the government for different kinds of premium processing or expedited processing, which can cost $2,500. So on top of the actual salary, competitive salary that they're paying, employers must pay the wage that is set, and they must also pay these filing fees and governmental legal fees. So you can see that the National Foundation for American Policy has always cited these actual fees are indications of a demand for skilled workers, because why would an employer engage in hiring highly paid employees and paying their legal fees on top of that when they have adequate staffing here in the United States? On top of that, what we've seen at the end of the last year is a huge vacancy in jobs. The fact is there are listings as of December of almost 1.5 million jobs in the computer occupations. Now, we grab this data, we'll put some information up from some organizations that study industries to see how trends are going for jobs in different industries. And right now, the computer jobs in the computer tech industries, we're seeing an increase in demand and only seeing about 50,000 or 55,000 new H1B positions requested per year. So that means that out of all the jobs available, the H1B only hits that 55,000 person mark when there are more than 1.5 million jobs available now, a very, very small percentage of the job market out there. Overall, when we look at the trends that we can see in terms of the H1B program, it really is a program that, when followed, does support American workers and really takes a very, very small slice out of the jobs available in the US market today.